here. And well, if it's not morning for you, good evening, good night, whatever. It's morning where I'm at. So, you know, just wanted to mix things up with the intro. Now, you guys probably saw the title of the video, and you're like, probably like, "Oh, extraordinary Sam, why are you talking about Dragon Ball Legends again? I thought you already like made a video about this, stating what basically you thought of the game technically, and then problems you had with the game." Well, that really was not a review. It was more of a rant. And I might make a whole series called Review Death slash Rant or Review Rant. That sounds pretty good. Good name for the series. But so far, I don't know. I've actually wanted to review this game for a while, but I haven't really came to it. Like, had the time to come to this. Or at least you guys get what I'm saying. So yeah, before I get into my little review rant here, I would appreciate it if you guys liked the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and probably it would make my day. So yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say for that part. Now, I don't know when it was it, like a month back, 2 months. I made a video about Dragon Ball Legends, and back then I really did not know how to play the game, to be honest. And I should have started off with this, to be honest. If you guys don't know what Dragon Ball Legends are, if you've been under a rock for the past few years and recently got out of the rock and are starting like learning about Dragon Ball, uh, which I'm not gonna basically explain what Dragon Ball is. If if you've seen my channel before, you should know what Dragon Ball is. And like most people nowadays know what Dragon Ball is, just because it's so mainstream now. But Dragon Ball Legends, I'll give it an overview, is basically a mobile phone game, which basically you play on your phone. Pretty simple. Think of Xenoverse, but on your phone, except a downgraded version of Xenoverse, where you can move your character around and punch and stuff. You have like basically punching cards. Basically, you hit basically you can move around, dodge, all that, go up and hit your enemy, and then you have skill cards, which I don't know why. You have your attack, like your ultimate or super attack, your ultimate, and then your like special skill and strike card, and then key blast card. Kind of weird, yeah. Different from most mobile games. I'll give it that. Pretty unique. But that's basically what mainly Dragon Ball Legends is about. Mainly, if you don't want the story spoiled, then I want one of y'all at least. You know what, Rob? If you're watching this video later, can you put the time down? Like I don't care because like I know you don't care about spoilers, but for those people who want the spoiler, like don't want the story, just put that down in the comments or something, or I'll do it. But anyway, basically the story is about a Saiyan named Shallot. Most people say he's an ancient Saiyan, or something like that. A Saiyan from different times, like further back than Bardock, which is true. And basically, the story takes place in, well, I can't really say what era it is, but basically, this guy makes a wish on the Dragon Balls to fight the most powerful opponent, which then sets up the game for Legends, where basically all these Dragon Ball eras are getting mixed together, like the Saiyan Saga, Frieza Saga, Android Saga, Super even. So yeah, and then your main character, like I said, is Shallot, or Charlotte, or what, I don't know how you pronounce his name. Wait, like I said earlier, most people think of him as an ancient Saiyan, which I do agree with him. He has like the original Saiyan clothes on, I think. And then Like, basically, he kind of fills the role as Goku in the story. Kind of. He's not like a Goku clone. He's more of his. He's more different. Think of it as like a Goku and Vegeta mixed together, except it's more of like not really them. It's kind of he's got his own free will, but he still has a Saiyan side. He's not as stupid as Goku. Sorry, I said. Well, no, I'm gonna say it. He's not as stupid as Goku, and basically he's kind of not as he's he's not as like fighting smarts as Vegeta. He's kind of his own person, which I like that. It's unique. I probably, if it was me, I would probably model my story or my Saiyan's backstory from Xenoverse about this. But yeah, I would have done that, like modeled my story probably, kind of like that. I don't know. But anyway, you follow along Shallot, and basically he meets up with like multiple people from different eras. So like one, he meets up with young Bulma, and eventually he meets up with other characters like Jocko. Like Jocko's with young Bulma. Then he meets up with Beerus and Whis, and then present day Goku. And actually, Shallot actually turns Saiyan Saga Vegeta and Nappa into like neutral people. Like they're not evil. And it took to the point where Vegeta literally sucked up to Frieza. Like, yeah. But that's further on in the story. Like it's a long story and they just been adding on to it. Uh then Frieza basically betrays you and Turles is working for him, Jiro, a lot of people. But you're probably wondering like, well, if Nappa and Vegeta are like friendly, like how did they become friendly? Funny thing is, it wasn't just Shallot to like turn him good. It took Beerus to basically scare him away, or basically like Beerus to say, "I will literally vaporize you if you don't help out." And the one thing that I would have thought Goku done it would have done in the original series, um, was when back on Namek when Vegeta died in the main story. I thought that would have probably turned him into a Super Saiyan, because that's like one of his last full like kind, like excluding Gohan, because Gohan's a half breed. That was one of his last kind, and you would think he would be mad enough to basically, push him a little bit towards Super Saiyan, but it didn't, and it took Krillin to do it. Now, I wonder how a what if story would end up if it was Vegeta instead. But anyway, Nappa fends off against I think the Ginyu Force or something. I don't know. And then Vegeta helps you take out Frieza. The problem is Frieza keeps going through his transformations like in the main story. And I know I've kind of missed a lot on the story. Not just like on the actual legend story, but I'm kind of making a good summary of what happens. Vegeta helps you go against Frieza, and basically Frieza's about to do a killing blow, and Vegeta sacrifices himself to basically save Shallot. And I'm like, no way. No way Saiyan Saga Vegeta would have done that. Because he has too much pride in him. And I'm thinking, and then he has this little monologue like, you gotta defeat Frieza, Shallot. You gotta defeat him, like, whatever it takes. Or something. And Shallot, actually, I think both Nappa and Vegeta die. Yeah, they both die, and then Shallot turns Super Saiyan and literally beats. It was either Frieza or Turles, and he beats like Frieza into a pulp and kills him. And I'm like, dang. I was like, dang, Shallot literally took care of Frieza. And you notice that there's no, in the game you hardly see any other era Gokus. Just to let you know, except I only saw the Cell Saga one, and that was about it. I didn't see any other Gokus in the story, so that's one thing. And then once that all happens, I think it mainly goes into the Android Saga. So basically, you're probably wondering, well, and then Cell's gonna show up. Yeah, he shows up, but this Cell, and I'm gonna give quotes to the Legends team for their storytelling, because for me, I think a good game, what makes a good game is its story, but also sometimes it's its gameplay. And to be honest, the Legend story is good. The gameplay can get repetitive, but that depends on if you get new characters or not. But some of the missions in the story get repetitive. Kind of like how Fighter Z was when you play the story. But that's besides the point. Because I don't want to go on another totally different tangent. I might do a review slash rant on that game too. But that's for later. So basically, you fight the androids. Or not fight the androids. Basically, you're after 20, I think. Android 20 and 19. Forgot how the story goes, but I do know eventually Kaba, Shallot, 17 and 18 eventually are all teamed together, and the reason is because Cell is trying to absorb them. Now you're probably wondering, well, uh, if Shallot can defeat Frieza or something, then he should be able to take first form Cell pretty easily, or something like that. Because I don't know first form Cell when he first showed up, I knew he wasn't able to take one. Like, because Piccolo was literally kicking him around. So you'd be able to think that maybe Shallot, maybe even Kaba could probably defeat Cell. But that's not the case. See, beforehand they were hunting down Jiro, which is, I was like wondering like why. But then I remembered that he was kind of in the ploy with Frieza and help working together with Frieza or something. And that this man has so many clones of himself that, like, even if he did die, he'd just have a backup clone. Just like, it's like really like, what's the point? Like, he's gonna die and it's gonna go into another clone. And it's like, well, whatever. And then basically, it's summarized as this Cell is not the same Cell. I was kind of confused at first. I was like, wait, so this isn't the same Cell? Then it's the one that was in the secret lab under Dr. Giro's like little hidden lab. That Cell. And it wasn't that one either. And I was like, well, so you're telling me this is a different Cell? I'm getting shot at, am I? Think. I don't know. But this is a different Cell. And I'm like, wait, really? Like, really, this is a different Cell. What's the explanation? So, their explanation is that this Cell is from that that era, the one that everybody got sent to, the same era where all the eras got mixed together. And I'm like, so, okay, well that's just great. Why don't we add in like, cause if that's the case, you got so many fighters. You got Goten, you got Trunks, you got Shallot, who's been getting stronger. You got Goku, present Goku, Cell Saga Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, present Piccolo, Beerus, Whis. You don't know how strong this Cell is. But then they actually show you how strong he is, which is really surprising. So anyway, this Cell is basically keen on getting to be perfect, and he knows all of what happened in the original timeline, or basically, yeah, he knows originally what all happened in the original timeline. So he knows how he's gonna die. He knows basically all the outcomes. He's gonna become perfect. He knows that. He knows he's gonna become perfect, and he knows of how all the battles went out. He almost died to Vegeta. Basically he knows everything from that original timeline. Same as Android 16. So during all this, you think like you basically have to fight against Cell after you take out Jiro and 16. So you're fighting against Cell, and you think you have them because you, Piccolo, and Cabo basically are ending up like fighting Cell. Let me note this. Kaba does not know Super Saiyan. The era he got taken from, this Kaba does not know Super Saiyan. Just to let you guys know that. So he's kind of having trouble. But basically, from what I know, is that it ends up that you think you got Cell, like, because Piccolo already knows all this stuff that's going down too. This is the present Piccolo, so he know how all Cell's tricks and what he's gonna do. So you think they're gonna about to like basically like kill off Cell, and then Deborah shows up. Out of all the characters that show up, it's Deborah. And what does he do? He turns 18 to stone, kills present Piccolo, which I was like, what? Really? Really, you're gonna kill present Piccolo? I was like, he's literally one of my favorite characters because of how cold he was, and everybody compared him to Shallot, which, really? I mean, I know present Piccolo is strong. It's just like, I don't know. I wouldn't compare him to Shallot in strength. So turns 18 to stone and teleports 17 and Cell away. Cell gets to his second form, and I'm thinking, oh god, dude, this Cell, he's gonna be so powerful, so powerful. Nobody's gonna be able to stand to him. Shallot got literally demolished. Literally was like on, like, could hardly stand. Same as Kava. But basically 16 shows back up. And I'm like, there is no way, no chance 16 has a chance to take one. Cell, second form Cell. And basically, Cell's like bluffing him. He's like, yeah, you know you can't take me down. There's no way you could take me down. I even know the original you had a hard time against me in second form, so there's no way. He's like, well, I might have been controlled by Dr. Giro, but there's something else that he did. And he's like, he fine-tuned me. And he's like, and I'm stronger now. And he literally was taking on second form Cell, and I was like, oh god, dude. I was like, whoever came up quotas with this story needs like a promotion or something. But it all ends out to where Cell absorbs the androids thanks to Deborah, and he's holding something called the Super Cell games. Gohan shows up, Teen Gohan, not adult Gohan, Teen Gohan. Teen Gohan shows up and tries to face Cell, but it doesn't work. And then Shallot sees that Gohan's in another Super Saiyan level, which was Super Saiyan 2. So I'm just gonna basically make this short. They end up at the Super Cell games. Ribrianne, oh my god, I don't even want to speak about her, to be honest. But supposedly when all these people got mixed in the era, their like personality changed. Even Dr. Giro, from him trying to kill Goku, his main objective to kill Goku, that one objective, his sole life, his sole purpose put behind it, for him to only basically turn himself and basically change his mind to be making like war machines, like machines of war. And I'm like, what is this? Like, seriously, I don't get it. But anyway, it ends up where Gohan's fighting Cell and he's hardly putting damage on, and 16 says that, like, basically Cell puts out his little clones in his perfect form and tries to help out Bojack. It ends up where 16 basically is kicking Bojack. He picks him up all the way to the atmosphere. And he's like, yeah, this is far enough away. And he's like, before they repaired me, basically the young Bulma did not recognize he had the bomb in his chest. And I was like, what? So we're gonna do this finally? He's like, yeah, in the original timeline when I tried to do this to Cell, it didn't end up working. He's like, but this time I'm gonna make sure you're gone. Basically, he takes Bojack, and then Cell basically like ticks off Shallot and Kaba to the point where Kaba turns Super Saiyan and Shallot turns Super Saiyan 2. I'm making a whole hour video about this story of how good it is, just to let you guys know. That's how good the story is. That's how good literally the story is, and I'm like, dang. And then it kind of stops off there. But besides that, the story's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, whoever created the story, it kind of brings me back to the original Xenoverse vibe, where basically It was something new, and there's explanations behind it. There's even like a prelude to the story where Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Goku are fighting Vegito at Super Saiyan, and they're having trouble. And this is like, I think the beginning of Super. So when they have Super Saiyan Blue, like not at the beginning of Super, like the beginning of the Frieza Resurrection F art, and they're having trouble against Vegito. And I'm thinking, Super Saiyan Vegito, you're telling me they're having trouble against Super Saiyan Vegito? And I'm like, bruh, this is the kind of what if stuff I wanted in Xenoverse, and they just never delivered on that. I'm like, bro, really? That's that's all. Like, I want more. Like, I want more of this story. Come on, dude. Release more story. That's what I want. And when, like, seriously, I'm just like amazed at how good the story is. I'm gonna shut up about the story, okay? Sorry, I had to stop myself there for a second, because I'll be just talking about how good the story is all day. And I'll just be yeah, like I said. So anyway, so far I thought the story was really good, really original Dragon Ball story, in my opinion. Now, the dealio here, I know I've never said that word on the channel. That'll probably be only one time saying of the word. Oh wow. I knew I was gonna probably die at that point. I'm going off tangent here though. The gameplay in the story gets really repetitive, like I said. So sometimes you'll just be moving around, dodging, and then like you have this little bar where your like dodge meter like fills up, and then you can't dodge for a while. For a while, it's like 5 seconds and it'll refill. But sometimes that 5 seconds can be the end. Not really the end, but you guys get the point. Those five little seconds could basically mean the end of battle for you, and basically the end game for you also. Problem is that basically, I will say this: some characters, like to basically play Legends, you need characters. You need to do summons. The problem is that to do summons, you need to gather up 1,000 chrono crystals. Now you can either do either or. You can do it by grinding up on the story, and they'll add like hard missions, and then keep adding on to the story. You'll get a ton of chrono crystals. Bang bang boom, you got chrono crystals. Or you can buy them, which is not that bad. I don't mind if they add a little monetization in the game. The problem is when you need a specific character, because you need specific characters for missions. When you need that specific character, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get that character. And what I mean by that is that basically the RNG for the game is really horrible. Like, they have a 7% chance that you'll get a sparking unit, which is the highest here in the game. 7%. I looked this up earlier. A 7% chance you'll get a sparking unit on one of the new summonings. Think about that. A 7%. There's a chance you get it, and there's a chance that you don't get it. But most of the time, you're not going to get it. So when you need that specific character to set up a team, you're not going to get it. And you're going to have to keep using chrono crystals. Now, when I say 1,000, think of Dokkan. If y'all ever played Dokkan, you only need 50 stones to do a summon. No, that's not that bad. Rounding up 50 is not that bad. Even if you're doing like high boss rate, like boss rush missions, it's not that bad. Grinding up 1,000 chrono crystals is like basically tearing out your hair, jumping off a bridge, and then doing a 180 backflip. Or 360 backflip. Or 180. I don't know. Something really impossible. Like, it's not impossible. Like, you can do it, but it just takes forever. Then the game starts getting repetitive, and then you really get into a rage fit. You don't know how many videos I've seen where people are just get so frustrated at pulling off summons. I know most people who I've played Legends with who've tried to get specific characters, either they'll get it and most of my other friends won't get it, and then I won't get it, or I'll get it, and then most of my other friends won't get it. So I'm like, bro, what is this? What is this, Legends? What is this? Because to me, it seems like loot box, like something like a loot box, like EA would scheme up. Yeah, I've talked about EA on this channel before. Like, mark my words, mark my words, wasn't this why Dokkan Battle got in trouble over in like uh, Europe, from what I heard. It got in trouble over in Europe, and because of basically something about the game is kind of like gambling, something like that. So basically, they're going after. They went after EA too, but then they went after Dokkan Battle. So basically, instead of Dokkan basically, just summing up to the, like, just instead of Bandai or whoever developed Dokkan, just going up and say, you know what, maybe we should change the game around for these people. Maybe we should make it to where there's higher chance on summonings. Like, there's a high chance you get SSRs, or a high chance you get the featured character. What did they do? Oh, we're just going to take out all the Dragon Stones, so you can no longer purchase Dragon Stones anymore. And I'm over here like, and they're like, well, you could do story missions. And it's like, no, well, after you do a certain amount of story missions, you're not going to be able to get any more stones. So then what's the point? What's the point of doing it if you're just going to take away basically buying stones? All they had to do was follow the train, as Big Smoke would have said. I'm not going to say the last part. No, I'm going to say it. All you had to do was follow the damn train. That's all they had to do. In Big Smoke's words, that's a quote. YouTube, that's a quote. I'm quoting Big Smoke. But all they had to do was that. All they had to do was increase the summonings of getting the featured characters. No, we're just gonna take all the monetization out, so you guys can't buy no more stones anymore. And it's like, there was a reason they went after you, is because they technically said it was gambling. And in my word, in my eyes, I think it's great they went after them, because now they have to change up the game. The problem is Legends has not got under that category yet. And it really needs to be under that category. Not to where they take away monetization, or basically, I say monetization, where they take away basically where you can buy chrono crystals, but instead make it to where you get the characters easier. Like, bring up that 7% of the sparking and bring it up to like a 50%. Like, then nobody would be that, then you wouldn't have some country, or basically, yeah, some province over in Europe going after you, or wherever. I don't know who it was, to be honest, but they went after Dokkan. Anyway, that's one of the things I don't like about Legends, is basically the chrono crystals. It's just horrible. Like, they could have just made it 50. Well, no. They could have made it 500 instead of like 1,000. You had to grind up 1,000. It's like, just make it 500. Like, make it easy to do summons where you can get better featured characters. I will say this though. I was playing Legends all yesterday. Well, not all of yesterday, but you guys get the point. Yesterday was Father's Day, so yeah, I had to hang out with I wanted to hang out with one of well, yeah, technically I wanted to hang out with father, father figure I look up to. And I was playing Legends, and I grinded up like 3,000 chrono crystals, and then like a few summoning tickets for the Goku summon. And let me add, if you haven't been playing Legends, they added Super Saiyan Blue characters in. So they added Goku, Vegeta. If you hear anything in the background, I just turned my fan over to me. It's really hot in here right now. It's been hot for the past few days. But anyway, they added the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, and then Golden Frieza in, and then Vegito, which he should have been in the game. In my opinion, he should have just been in the game. But here's the little dealio here. I said it again. I said the word again. When you need like very powerful characters to do these, like they just came out with a mission set where you need very powerful characters. Like you need specific ones. Like for one, like and once you complete it, you get like 2,000, like 200 chrono crystals each time. Well, not each time, but the first time you complete it, you get like 2,000 chrono crystals. And I'm like, oh, they're just literally giving some crystals away. Went in, and I was literally facing against a Goten. And I had a Kaioken Goku from the Saiyan Saga at level 3,000. Like, I was like, I even soul boosted my characters just to let you know. So even when I popped off the Kaioken, he was doing more damage, even though his element was actually weaker. Because the red elements, they're actually weaker against the blues. The blue elemental things, or whatever they call them. Forgot really what they called them. But he was still popping off more damage. And I'm over here thinking, my power level says it's at like 6,000 something. And I'm thinking here, I'm like, shouldn't I be doing more damage to these guys? I don't know, maybe my math ain't adding up. And even when you pop off Kaioken, it also increases your max health too. Just to let y'all know that. So I'm over here thinking, shouldn't like I be doing more damage even when I'm in Kaioken? Like I couldn't even the bad part about it is I couldn't even hit him because of his hitbox was so small. So small to the point where you can't even hit a character, and I'm thinking, bro, this is not hard. The only problem is when you have trouble hitting a character's hitbox. That's what's hard. Make it where you can easily hit a hitbox. Like just like Xenoverse. I'll tell you this, just like Xenoverse, when you make a height preset, basically, in Xenoverse to the very smallest, you can hardly hit them. You can hardly hit them. And it depends on what kind of character you're using too. Like if you're using a Namekian, you're probably gonna hit them easily. But the point is, it shouldn't be that hard to hit a character. Even when I pop off transformation. I will say facts is that they did give Shallot Super Saiyan 2. I did not mention that earlier, which I'm kind of happy about. Because I'm wondering, because I'm pretty sure once the Majin Saga comes around, they're gonna come out with Super Saiyan 3 Shallot, and that's when I'm going to lose it, like literally lose it. And most people being like, we're probably thinking, what do you mean by lose it? Get like mad? No, I like Super Saiyan 3. I'd probably put it up there with God and Super Saiyan 4 design wise. And most people say they don't like 3. And I ask them, and it's like, well, it's because of the long hair. And I'm like, that's what makes the transformation good. Like, even the eyebrows fits it. It's like the most iconic thing you can see out of Dragon Ball. But anyway, getting back to that. I want to get back to the summon thing. I had grinded up 3,000 chrono crystals yesterday. I popped off one summon on the Goku banner because I had enough tickets to do the Goku banner. For some reason, I really when the Super Saiyan Blue event came out, I really didn't care. I really didn't care because at the time I wasn't. I was giving Dokkan more, like I was giving more like Dokkan more attention. Cause well actually I really wasn't giving Dokkan attention. I'm lying. But anyway, I got on like at the wrong time, I guess, and I did do a summon on the event thing, and I didn't get nothing. Just to let you know, when the event with the step thing, the step up banners, I didn't get nothing on it. Okay? And the reason I don't do step up banners anymore in Legends, because of the reason I don't, is because each time you do a step, if you don't have the chrono crystals to do another summon, or basically get all the way up to the free summon, they reset the step all the way back to 1. So guess what? Oh, I gotta grind up more chrono crystals, it's like, no. Who thought this was like, before, it was, you got to a step, and then you couldn't do step up banners before, or you couldn't do them anymore. Then you do the step up banners, and then they would reset themselves. Okay, you'd be able to do the steps again. Then they thought it was a bright idea to fix something that was not broke, like EA would have done, and said, you know what? What if we made it to where even if they did one summon on it, if they didn't do the summon again in the next day or so, that it would go back down to 1 again? And that's why I don't do step up banners anymore, because I feel like I'm getting cheated out of my crystals. What's the point of doing them? I might as well just grind up 1,000. So at least I don't feel like I'm getting cheated and I'm getting a ticket out of it. Like, like Jesus. That's one thing I don't like about Legends is step up banners now. And then, I grinded up a few, and I will give them quotes. At least they're giving out the free, the 1 year free summonings. I will give them that. I'll give them quotas for that. But you can hardly get anything off of it. I think the one thing I got off of it was the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which is not that bad, to be honest. And then I think a Kaba unit, I don't know. But I did, was it three, I think it was consecutive summons off of the Goku banner. 3 consecutive summons, and I didn't get nothing the first time, or I got something, I got a sparking unit, or it was one I already had. Which, if you already, and I want this to be a thing, they come out in Legends with, if you've already had the character and you've already maxed them out, you shouldn't be getting that character anymore. I'm sorry, it's just, it's like, what's the point if you cannot use that character? Like it's not, you're not going to be able to boost them. And basically, you won't be able to do nothing with it, to be honest. Like, you really won't be able to do nothing because they're giving you the same unit, same sparking unit. Sometimes they give you the same, what is it? Expert unit? I forgot what it was called. Extreme unit, that's what they call them. And then, oh, don't give me don't talk. Okay, so when you mainly do a summoning, mostly 10 times, basically, most of the time you're going to get hero units, which are the weakest units in the game. And if any of y'all have played Blazing, Legends is kind of like Blazing, but at the same time it's kind of not. In 2 different games, it's just, they're kind of similar. But they have different mechanics, in my opinion. Except, I'll say this, at least Blazing, they give you, they give you 5, what was it? No, they have, basically, at least they give you out, it's like, I don't know, how much? It's not that much in Blazing to use the Ninja Pearls, from what I know. So, at least Blazing is more forgiving than Legends, and there's a chance you can get the featured character. I will give Blazing that. Don't know why they haven't done that for Dokkan yet, but that aside, I will say this. It's just Dokkan and even Legends have bad, really horrible, they're not really forgiving. Sometimes they'll come out with 200 some dragon crystals, I said dragon crystals, dragon stones, and then you'll be able to do a few summons, and then sometimes you'll get good stuff, sometimes you won't get good characters. Legends, will hardly give out any chrono crystals. They'll only give it out for maintenance, and they'll only give you 10 for the daily, which is really, you couldn't give us 50 for daily. I'm telling you, Bandai's getting more money hungry. And if you want me to prove you that they are, look at Xenoverse and their little DLC scheme that they're planning, or they've been on. Like they've been money hungry with it lately. You know, like I said, they're acting more and more like EA. Oh wow, this got third party. But nah, like I don't know what else to say. Maybe I will say this. Actually, no, I do have more to say about it. I was thinking I didn't have anything else to say about it. Uh, there's this thing where you can basically level up your character, and it's called something called Soul Boost. And basically, like once you get a certain amount of like little tabs unlocked, it's kind of like if you've ever played Dokkan, it's kind of like the hidden potential route, except there's like it's like a level cap lock. So if you unlock like for the first level you have 300. If you do like unlock 10 little tabs, you'll be able to unlock it to 600 depending on if you have the soul things. But the problem is getting the soul things. Each time you do these things, like if you're doing like the bonus like the whatever they call them, if you're doing those things, the soul boost, like the specific, I want to go by Dokkan and call it that. Like let's say you're doing the AGL, but it's not really called AGL, like the blue one. If you're doing that event, the bonus event, it takes up 2 energy. Now, I will give them this, like they do give you adventure tokens where if, like it'll take 20 minutes and you'll get like more of the things, like more of the blue things, or like red, yellow, or orange, whatever they call it. Forgot really what they called it. They'll give you those if you do the venturing, but it only takes 20 minutes. And that's fine and all, but when I need to unlock a character or like basically unlock his tabs to basically make it strong, like make that character strong to the point where he's hardly taking damage, and I keep having to use like 10 energy each time, then I'm not kind of happy about it. I'm not happy about it. That's one thing I don't really like. I mean, the energy system in the game is kind of forgiven because at least the energy like refills, and if you're using the energy ticket, like the energy goes in this energy tank, which you can use for later. I know most people probably haven't played Legends, or most people haven't played Legends, but eh, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. But mostly, I will say it's a good game. I will say that it is a good game because I don't know. Oh yeah, and each time you do a soul boost, you have to use Zenny, and I mean getting Zenny in the game's not that bad either. Just gotta do a XP or Zenny boost, whatever they call them. So I mean it's not that bad. Real, like I said, it really is not that bad. But I'm not gonna give like a review like, oh, it's a 9 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. I feel like that's overrated now. You know, for me it's overrated, or at least I don't want to do that. I feel like that's kind of shilling in a way. Not really shilling, but it feels like when people say it, it feels like they're not really giving honest. Like they're not really being honest about it, in my opinion. But now, when I say when I pulled that Goku unit last night, when I got like what was it? When I got him to like I don't know. When I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. when I got him to like when I pulled him last night, like I felt like I was like, oh my god, dude. You know, maybe I might start playing Legends more. Like, I would play Legends actually a little bit more if they gave me, or if they gave me the featured character, well, more of the featured characters. Like this Goku unit, Super Saiyan Blue Goku unit. I was really thinking of hitting up the Vegeta one, but I know I probably wouldn't pull him. You know, I might pull Vegito because you get Vegito from either banner or Buhan, but still, it's like 15 days left on the event. As like, should I or should I just save up Chrono Crystals? I don't know. Y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about right now, which is not. It's not bad. But what was I gonna say? And you know what? I'm gonna give my like final deal here, or my like basically what I gotta say about the game. Like, you know, basically wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap up what I gotta say about Legends. In all, I'd say Dragon Ball Legends, it's an okay game. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. The problem is that even though they're coming out with more updates, adding on to the story and all that, and it's actually an interesting story, which I'll say that's kind of the only saving grace for the game, maybe. I don't know. I will say this though. Dragon Ball Legends team, y'all need to change up. Like, if you go into this, the Z Power, or whatever, or one of these summoner, like, banners, and there's like a 7% chance, which is messed up. What does it mean by 1%? There's a 1% that you get Vegeta, but then there's like a point something something that you get these other sparking units. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. 7%. Just gonna add up all the percentages and say it's 7%? No. That's stupid. There's like a 0.250% that you'll get Super Vegito. But then you go up to one of these banners here. Go over here, and there's like the guaranteed one is like a 20% that you'll get Blue Vegeta or Buhan. And there's like a 5% chance you'll get Vegito. This is like that's some messed up. That's messed up. I will say I do like the SP guarantee, the sparking guarantees. I do go off of those. Look, this banner right here, 5% for sparking. Most people say, "Oh, that'd be worse. It could be worse." Like, no, it is worse. 5% is like literally nothing. But nah, you like Legends team, y'all need to up the sparking unit getting chances. I know they're the rarest thing in the game, but y'all need to at least raise it. Like, raise it by at least 20. I know most people will say, well, then it wouldn't make the game, then it wouldn't make the game that good, or it wouldn't be that hard. It wouldn't be that hard to get in sparking units. And yeah, that's true, but you need specific characters in this game. Like, I'll give y'all a little detail on the summoning. Like I said earlier, the sparking units are 7% on this one banner. The extremes are 20%. And the heroes, which are the normies, basically the normal units, 73%. 73%. couldn't the Legends team basically take like I don't know, 20% off the hero and then put it, at least give 10% to the sparking units, like 17%. And then most people be able to pull off these characters. I feel like most people would have a better time. But I will say this. I'm happy that they did give me this Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And I will say one more thing, because I know I've been going on for a while about it, and I really wanted to. I know I've been going off tangent a bit and like other things, and basically y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about. But this is just kind of like a me video where I'm mainly just talking about this stuff, and y'all might not know what I'm talking about, but it's kind of me talking, like kind of venting a little bit. It's kind of like venting. 500 times gravity. Ooh, dang. I added that in. How many of those do I have? 15. Which one should I level up more? Fact is, which one has more potential? Dang. But no, I will say this. Legends does bring you to, like, it does make you and your friends want to play with. Well, you guys are what I'm saying. It makes you and your. It's like a friendly type of game where you and your friends can play. I remember having basically. I have like a type of friends that basically will play on Legends against me or something, and we'd all have fun. And then we'd make a competition to see which. Well, at least I'd make a competition to see who can get the better units. I don't know what they got right now, but I'm keen in on that. Basically, asking one of them if what units they have right now, or if they pulled certain units. But nah, when you play Legends, it's kind of like uh, when you're playing with your friends, it's actually pretty cool. Even if they have higher tier like characters, it's awesome. But I guess that's all I gotta say, is that even though Legends is okay, it has really good story, it's still like, it still is lacking its potential because of the summonings. That's the only thing that's the only thing that's basically not letting not letting it get its potential. Either what they have to do is decrease the summoning cap to 500, which is not, which in my opinion is fair, or or increase the sparking unit uh percentage of getting them. Because I've went on Rhyme Styles videos before, and he has, I've seen him and Nanogenics have trouble, even D3 have trouble getting units that they need. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, or maybe they just need to increase the sparking unit chances. I don't know, I guess that's all I gotta say for Dragon Ball Legends. Sorry I wasn't, sorry it's just been a load screen for a while, but, you know, sometimes you guys can't concentrate and play the game, or play a game. I would have put, and not only that, this is a live stream. And I will make this, or I will let this know, I've probably been going on for about an hour or so. So I'm gonna make this short. This is gonna be a continuing video. Okay? I might do another video after this about Fortnite and what I think of it. Okay? So this is what I mean by continuing, is since Legends is still getting its like updates and stuff. Since it's still getting its updates, then I'm basically gonna continue. If the game gets a big update, I'll put out a update video But since it's still being updated, I will probably make a series of videos for Legends, maybe. Not a series, but a follow-up videos. That's what I was trying to say. Follow-up videos for Legends. Because I don't know, maybe the Legends team might change it up. Maybe they might change it up for the better. I'm hoping so, to be honest. But if you guys liked the video, I know I said this at the beginning. I'd appreciate it if you liked the video. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Because that helps me basically be a bigger voice in either the Dragon Ball community. So yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. I haven't thanked you guys for a while. Well, I might have. I don't know. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. Even you guys who watch it like early, like later. And yeah, I guess this is all I gotta say. This is the Extraordinary Saiyan signing out. Peace.